Hi, happy Friday. This is Shana from the Trade Exchange, and I want to wish you a happy 4th of July because it is 4th of July weekend and summer is officially here. But more importantly, I want to talk to you about what happened in the markets this week because the markets took a little bit of a hit. You can see here the Dow closed down spot 21%. It closed out 21,349, spot 63. S&P is closed down spot 61% this week. They closed out 2423, spot 41. And NASDAQ's also down. NASDAQ is down 1.9%, closing out 6140, spot 42. Gold also took a hit. Gold closed at 1241, spot 60, so it's actually down 1.3%. So gold took a hit as well, but who did do well? And that is 10-year yield. Take a look at this chart. This is phenomenal. So government bond yields across the board have had a great week. So a lot of Fed speaks going on. They've had a more hawkish tone, and as traders are thinking that central bank officials may be that much closer to withdrawing monetary stimulus, we've seen the reaction in our yields, and this is very much needed. We had very low 10-year yields, so to see some growth in our yield is great. The 10-year yield closed out 2.304, but you can see here the yield had a very bullish week, a great week, trended upwards all week long. Again, it closed out 2.304. Who else had a great week? Oil, U.S. crude oil. Take a look at this chart. So 5 weeks of decline, and now finally oil as well having a very bullish week. Oil is up 7.32%, and on top of that, the Baker Hughes rig count came out today. Great numbers. After 23 weeks of increasing the rig count, finally we had some positive news that the rig count declined. The total U.S. rig count declined by 1. The total U.S. oil rig count declined by 2. So again, keep in mind, the past 23 weeks has gone up every single time. So this is only the second time in 2017 we've actually seen a decline in the rig count. And you see right there where that circle is, that's where the news came out of the rig count. The Baker Hughes data came out, and boom, you see that pop there. Again, oil is up. Great week for oil, 7.32%, closing out 46.33. Our markets, however, the NASDAQ, you can see right here, is the QQQs. They took a hit this week. Again, I said in the beginning, the NASDAQ's down 1.9%. You see on the QQQs, they had a rough week, and you see this drop right there in the center of the week. This was Wednesday, and as you all know, Wednesday was a tough day for the markets. The Dow Jones fell 250 points. It came back. I think it closed out around 160 points down. And this was a large part to do with tech stocks. All the tech stocks were really struggling this day. It did not help by any sense of the measure that Google got a huge fine by the EU, about $2.7 billion for anti-competitive advertising. And you see it here, all the tech stocks were down that day. We had Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Netflix, all across the board. They were down around 2%. And you see it here. So financials were strong this day, and yet we still had this drop. They couldn't overcome the huge losses that these tech companies faced. Taking a look here, you see it again, the technology, this is the SPDR. So take a look here, this circle again, this is Wednesday. This is that drop that you really felt the tech stocks pulling. So tech stocks are down. The XLK is down 2.8% this week. So hopefully next week things will get a bit better for these large tech companies. Apple was up today, but only 2%. On a positive note, financials did great this week, and in fact, all 34 passed the major Fed stress test this week. So that is great news that we are headed in the right direction. And also worth mentioning is Blue Apron had their IPO. So they were in talks previously. They wanted IPO around $15 to $17, and they ended up reducing it to $10. And that was somewhat assumed to be based on the announcement that Amazon is going to be possibly acquiring Whole Foods. So once they realized that, they dropped their IPO to $10, and they did in fact release it at $10. It did pretty well yesterday. It closed out even. However, today it's down 3.9%. It closed out $9.61. So hopefully Blue Apron can get it back. I'm more of a Green Chef kind of girl, but I do wish that they do well in this IPO. So good luck to you, Blue Apron. I want to wish you all a very happy Friday, a wonderful weekend. Stay off the roads, enjoy the fireworks if you're not going to be here on Monday and you're going to be away for the long weekend, and be safe. I look forward to joining you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.